The second thing is that you feel like you're so powerless. And like right now, even just lifting one of my leg feels like 100 pounds. This was me in a very dark place not so long ago. This is the story of how I found my way out. I just finished a workout from the gym. Stair fucking master. First time that I actually completed the entire 1.3 miles in the pool. 感觉想放弃. For the past 4 months, I've reached a bunch of milestones. Milestone 1. A little bit is better than nothing. I was out of shape. I could barely walk. I had a disabled parking permit. I wasn't trying to be an athlete here. Milestone 2. I feel like I worked out. Like for real. Stair fucking master. I had a good sweat for the first time since my injury. I'm not just recovering anymore. I started to challenge myself, getting back on track, doing things that improve my cardiovascular health and strength. Milestone 3. I'm getting back to most things that I used to do before, and even more. I deadlifted for the first time. Baby weights, but it felt so great. Getting back to rock climbing was one of the biggest steps that I took. My physical therapist wasn't very happy about it. He thought that rock climbing involved a lot of rotational movements and foot positioning, which might still be a little bit too early for me right now, and suggested that if I really wanted to go, I should stick with the really easy ones. My left leg was definitely weak. I definitely had an imbalance right there. But I tried my best to make it work. And that made it more fun, more problem solving. I also rediscovered my passion for swimming. I used to swim every day as a little kid. And now I picked it up again because it is one of the cardio exercises that put the least pressure on my knee. I even signed up for an open water swimming competition which will take place in the end of August. This is across Lake Washington and the entire course is 1.3 miles. That's why this is the third milestone. This literally means so much to me. This means that I am not a patient anymore. I am not just trying to recover, trying to go back to where I was. I was actually pushing myself. I'm doing something that I've never done before. I am challenging myself. I am on my way to full recovery and more. Milestone 4. I wish I can say that I already reached it. Every milestone that I just described might sound really exciting and promising. But something is lacking. A lot is still lacking. Even though I can deadlift, my right leg is taking over much more of the work than my left leg does. My left leg's range of motion and strength still lacks so much. It is like the 80-20 rule. 80% of the progress only takes 20% of the time to be accomplished. It is the leftover 20% that will take 80% of the time. For ACL recovery, it's probably even just the last 5%. You won't notice it in your everyday work. It doesn't take that 5% to do most of the work. You can be really athletic without that 5%. You can do a lot without it. But it's also that 5% that limits me from being 100. Without these 5%, I will never be the same as before. There are things that I can never do in the same level that I did before. I'm forever limited. And no matter how long or how much it took to get that 5% back, I know that I'm always going to be after it.